Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshuhu Srotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmaupanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva me astu tadatmani nirate yavupanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu om shanti shanti shanti. We shall see today's 6th chapter, Essence. We recapitulate so that we get a better grip over 6th chapter. Because 6th chapter, very most important in Chandogya Upanishad is 6th chapter. In general, 6th chapter of Chandogya is important because it contains Upadesha Mahavakya Tattvam Asi. Now this chapter is known as Sadvidya. Sadvidya. Why? Because in this chapter, Brahman is spoken in the name of Sat. The Brahman is called Sat in this chapter. So what does the story begins? The Upanishad begins with a story. What was the story? Shishya comes son, Shvetaketu. Father is Uddalaka. So they both meet. Uddalaka and Shvetaketu. So teacher and student are brought together. Student returns and father asks, did you learn that? All those things. So the basic question introduced in this Upanishad is similar to Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad question was, Kasmin Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati. O teacher, what is that having known which everything else here becomes known? So the teacher, that is father, asked him, what all you learned? Did you learn that? What is that? Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati, yena amatam matam bhavati, yena avijñatam vijñatam bhavati. Have you learnt that by which ashrutam, unheard, becomes heard, amatam, unthought of, becomes thought of, avijñatam, unknown, becomes known. That by which this can happen. Have you learnt about this Vidya? The student replied, Sir, I never knew, I was never taught. Maybe teacher doesn't know. So you teach me that Vidya. So, father answers. In the beginning, first of all, in the beginning of the Upanishad, the possibility of such a knowledge wherein you know the cause. If you know the cause, the karyam effects will become known to you. Through three examples it was told in the beginning. Because yena ashrutam srutam bhavati, yena amatam matam bhavati, yena avijñatam vijñatam bhavati. What is the possibility? Three examples is sambhavana. It is called sambhavana. First of all, that vidya is possible. Which kind of vidya? That vidya, having known that everything else becomes known, there is a possibility of such vidya. So, possibility doesn't exist, then what can it? So, possibility you have to show that there is possible of such a vidya, such a knowledge. By knowing the cause, you will know the effects. So, possibility should be shown. So, the teacher shows in the beginning through three examples. One example he gives, Mrud example. Mruttiketyeva satyam vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam. So, if you know Mrut, the cause of all products of mud, that is, if you know mud, all products are. So, eka mrud vijnanena sarvaghatam vijnanam bhavati. Meaning, once you get the knowledge of the mud, you will know the knowledge of all the parts. Their teacher says, Vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam mruttiketyeva satyam. All these only Vacharambhanam. They are all existing only on your tongue, names and forms. In essence, they don't have. All mud only. Second example was given, Swarna example, gold example was given. Golden ornaments. If you know the gold, Sarva Abharana Karanam, Swarnam, if you know, then you will know all the ornaments. So, Swarna Vijnanena Sarva Abharana Vijnanam Bhavati. The second example was given. And the third example was given, Krishnayo Vijnanena Sarva Krishnato Vijnatam Bhavati. When you know the iron, black iron as a cause, the products of iron also is known. So therefore, in the first section of this sixth chapter, what was shown was that such vidya exists. If we know that, all our problems, mental agonies, all our confusions will end if we happen to know that truth, the cause of everything. From second section to seventh sections, we get a elaborate Srushti Prakaranam. The creation was told here. Creation means what? There must be the cause from which everything must have emerged. So there is a cause, Karanam, and Karanam is only one. Karyams are plural, plenty. Like mud is one, pots are many. Gold is one, ornaments are many. Think. So, ocean is one, waves are many. So, cause is always one. Effects are plenty. So, that Karanam in the Srushti Prakaranam was told as Sat Karanam Brahma. That Brahma Vastu, which is Sat, that is the Karanam. Brahman is referred as Sat, pure existence, and that is the Karanam. So, therefore, by knowing the cause, the effects will be known. Karana Vijnanena Karya Vijnanam Bhavati. Samasta Karya Vijnanam Karana Vijnanena Sambhavati. This was told. Okay? So, what is that Karanam? That Karanam is called as Brahma. Right? In Upanishads also was told, no? Yato va yamani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhivishanti. What is that Brahma Karanam? Yato va yamani bhutani jayante. That from which all these beings are born, that in which all the beings exist, that unto which all beings merge, know that to be the cause, know that to be the substratum. So that is Sarvakaranam Brahma. So in the Srishti Prakarana, then that Sarvakarana Brahma, how Srishti came, how the Stula, so first Sukshma Bhuta Srishti, then Sukshma Bhuta Prapancha, then Stula Bhuta Srishti, everything was mentioned. In 4 stages we saw. Tanmatras, products of Tanmatras, then Panchikruta Tanmatras, and the products of Panchikruta Tanmatras. Do you remember? We saw 4 levels. We saw Srishti is Tanmatras first. Here in Tanmatras means not 5. Okay, you can take 5 temporarily, though Chandogya speaks about 3. So Tanmatras, for example. And the products of Tanmatras are mind, Indriyas, Hiranyagarbha. All are the products of Tanmatras. And afterwards, Tanmatras means pure, unadulterated form of the 5 elements, or 3 elements as per Chandogya Upanishad. So these 2 first over. Then what? 3rd step is what? Those Tanmatras started combining themselves. Panchikaranam we say, but here in Chandogya, Trivutkaranam. So these 3 elements mentioned, 3 they mixed, and they become Stula Sukshma Bhutas, then Stula Bhutam. Srishti, everything has come. So, Sukshma Bhutas are only 3 in Chandogya. What are they? Agni, 3 in Chandogya, only 3. Agni, Jalaha, and Prithvi. What is that? Shankaracharya calls it as, Adi Shankaracharya, Acharya calls it as Tejo Bannam. Tejaha, up and Annam. So we call, is called Trivut Karanam. Trivut Karanam, not Panchi Karanam. Okay? Now, examples are shown. That entire Srishti is made up of only 3. Whatever you see, Sukshma Stula Srishti, every Vastu is made up of only 3. What are the 3 things? Tejaha, up, and Annam. So Surya Bhagavan contains only 3. Surya was shown. What is the Agni? What is the color of Agni? Red. What is the color of water? White. What is the color of Prithvi? Black. So these 3 colors are shown in Surya Narayana. And these 3 colors are shown in Chandra. If you remember, everything is 3 are shown. 3 colors are shown in everywhere. So this portion is, red portion is of Agni Tattva in Surya Narayana, white portion is Jala Tattva in Surya Narayana, and black portion is Prithvi Tattva in Surya Narayana. In Chandogya, we saw earlier chapters, there is a people who meditate on black portion of sun also. Bhagavan Shankaracharya mentioned it is Yogi Pratyaksha. Okay, there is a black portion and white portion of sun. That we saw in first 5 chapters, Upasanas. So, red indicating Agni, white indicating Apaha, and black indicating Prithvi Tattva was told. Now, everything is made up of food. Yes, body, mind, prana, everything is made up of food only. So, body is also made up of food. So, teacher said even the bodies, physical bodies are also made up of 3 elements only. Agni and Vayu, and Agni, Jala and Prithvi, Tejo Bannam. So, experiments are given. You want to know how the body is made up of food? Fast for 15 days. Take only water. So, ultimately what he showed in the Upanishad, that Annamayam hi Somya Manaha. Oh my dear, mind consists of food. Food also divided into three parts: gross part, subtle part, subtlest part. Water we drink also divided into three: gross part, middle part, and subtlest part. So whatever we eat, this is divided into three portions. So subtlest portion of food goes into mind. Subtlest portion of water goes into prana. See? And subtlest portion of fire goes and becomes speech. We saw that, no? So therefore, mind consists of food, prana consists of water, and speech consists of fire. It was told. So Annamayam hi Somya Manaha. Mind is made up of food only. Apomaya Pranaha. Prana is made up of water only. Tejomayi Vak. Speech is made up of Agni Tattva. See? Your mind predominantly contains which Tattvam? Prithvi Tattvam, Anna. Prana contains predominantly Jala Tattvam. And Vak contains predominantly Tejo Tattvam. So this we saw in this Upanishad elaborately. Then Adhibhuta Prapancha also consists of three elements. Physical world also is made up of three elements. Adhyatma Prapancha also made up of three elements only. So everything in creation is shown elaborately as nothing but Tejo Bannam. Tejaha, up and Annam. Thus, second section to seventh section. In the 6 sections, we saw how Srishti is created out of 3 elements, and everything is made up of 3. Elaborately, with experiment also was shown. Now, we will come to the 8th section. 8th section is from this section onwards, up to 16th section, the main theme of the Upanishads is elaborated. What is the main theme of the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad? Tattvamasi Mahavakya. So that is started now. What is that? This is called Mahavakya Upadesha was given. So, this Mahavakya's Upadesha was revealed in the form of, first in the 3 words. In the definition of 3 words, they said first. Upanishad analyzed 3 words, very important. Swapiti Nama Nirvachanam, Ashanaya and Pipasa. That we saw, no? Upanishad mantra analyzed these 3 words. Swapiti, Nirvachanam word Swapiti, Ashanaya and Pipasa, hunger. Ashanaya is hunger, Pipasa is thirst. If you remember, Upanishad analyzed these words. What is that? By giving the definition of the 3 words, Upanishads told that Swapiti means Jiva Swarupam only. Because every Jiva, when he goes to deep sleep, he merges into Sat, in pure existence. Because Sat is the Swarupa of Jiva, in deep sleep state, he merges into Sat only. Okay? That is Swapiti Nama. And Ashanaya and Pipasa also defined. If you remember, that body comes out of Jalam. Jalam has come out of Agni. Agni has come out of Satvisa. Right? Sat produces fire. Fire produces water. Water. And Upanishad gives logic also. How come the water comes from fire? Upanishad gives logic. Manastapam leads you to crying. Tears will come out. Tapa is Agni Tattva, mental pain. And tears come out physically. That is the Agni Tattva producing tears. Some examples are given in Upanishad to make us understand. So ultimately, Karanam of Annam is Jalam. Karanam of Jalam is Agni. And Agni resolves into Sat Brahma. So ultimately, Sat is Jagat Karanam. And before, what did we say? When Jiva sleeps and merges into Sat, we saw Jiva is Sat alone. Now that Sat, before that, in the beginning, before we said Jiva is Sat Swarupam because he merges in Sat. And now we say Sat is Jagat Karanam, means Brahma. Therefore what? Jiva Swarupam is nothing but Tvam. That itself is Jagat Karanam Sat.
स्वामी जी जैसे उत्पत्ति हुई तेज जल पृथ्वी तत्व की वापसी में उसी का रिवर्सल है.
रिवर्सल होता है. पृथ्वी तत्व पहला merges into जल तत्वम, जल तत्व merges into अग्नि तत्व, then अग्नि disappears into सत.
पूछे था कि अग्नि अग्नि में मर्ज हो जाती है जैसे कल वाला श्लोक था.
तेजो अन्नम, दैट इज सृष्टि. तेज अप अन्नम, ऊपर से आ रहा है. तेज से अप से अन्नम. वापसी में अन्न से अप से तेज. ठीक है. नो अर्लियर सत्य ब्रह्म कारणम. Brahman alone is a karanam of Agni. Then Agni produces Jalam, Jalam produces Prithvi, we saw. But Swapiti Nama Nirvachanam, what did we see? We saw that Jiva merges into Sat. So one side we say Sat is Brahma Karanam, Sat is Brahma, Jagat Karanam. Second is Jiva is Sat. So therefore who is Jiva? Tat alone. Tat Tvam. आ गया कि नहीं? वह जगत कारण सत ही आप है. That's how Upanishad speaks about it. So that tat tvam asi, that jagat karanam Brahma, O Svetaketo, you are that. It was told. When after once it is told, student asked, Sir, I did not understand. Give me example. Bhuya eva Bhagavan Vijñāpayato. Bhuya eva ma Bhagavan Vijñāpayato. Please explain to me again. Why? I didn't understand. Sat is Karanam. Ultimately you showed that Tat Tvamasi, Svetaketo, Tat Tvamasi, Svetaketo. But I did not understand. So please tell me again. Therefore, teacher gives from 9th section to 16th section, 8 examples are given. In these 8 examples, Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesha was given. What is the first example? Madhudrushtantaha. That honey is collected from different flowers by honeybees. They are all stored in the madhu, one place in one beehive. And what does it do? That means they had lost all their distinctions because nobody knows which honey was brought from which flower. Everything merged. Similarly, all jivas, after the pralaya, they go to that indistinguishable state, they merge in Sat. Just as everything resolves into Sat, that Sat is you. So in that example, it was shown, Madhudrushtantaha, in section 9. The next section, because student says, I did not understand, explain to me again. So now, second example was given, Nadi Drishtanta. Nadi, before merging into Sagar, they come up from Sagar only, ocean only. They pursue different paths. They travel and they merge into So Srushtehe Purvam, they don't have any distinction. Before they become river, they were all in the ocean only. From the ocean, because of heat and etc., they form clouds, they rain, they form rivers. Rivers travel again towards ocean. So before becoming rivers, they were one. After merging into the ocean, they are one. Similarly, before Srishti and also after Srishti become one. That unto which everything merges, that unto which everything came from, that is Sat, and that Sat is you. So Tat Tvam Asi. Swetaketu. This is how second example was given. In which section? 10th section. 11th section mein example Vriksha Drishtanta. That even when all the jivas, they go to the unmanifested condition, there the jivatvam, tree is cut but jiva is not destroyed. It was shown there. So even after pralayam also, they merge into Satta, but jiva is not destroyed because jiva samskaras are merged. When they awake, each jiva comes back with their own samskaras. So jivatva is never destroyed, it is permanent. Just as when the tree is cut, jivatva in the tree is not destroyed. Jiva is not destroyed. Still there. So this is told in 11th section. Third example. Now fourth example, Nyagrodha Bija Drishtanta. What a Bija Drishtanta? Banyan seed. Banyan tree seed. What was said? He was asked to bring the seed, break it, small thing, then you break it. He broke it. Then nothing is seen, sir. Inside, he said. Do you remember? Nothing is seen inside. So, similarly, Brahma is Ativa Sukshmam. Was shown that Sadvastu is so subtle that it is not visible. But from that almost nothing in the seed comes out, the tree comes out, huge manifestation comes out. So that Ativa Sukshmam, extremely subtle thing is there, that is nothing but Sat, and that Sat is you. So this is in 12th section. Okay? Nyagrodha Bija Drishtanta. And fifth section, that fifth Tattvamasi, fifth story example is Lavana Drishtantaha. This is sixth time Tattvamasi Upadesha. 8th chapter is Tattvamasi is over. So now 4 examples are over, 5 examples. Now 6th example is Lavana Drishtanta. So 5th example is Lavana Drishtanta. So 5 examples, 5 times Tattvamasi, after each example. First time what he told, 6th. So this is 6th one. 6th one and 5th story. In 5th story, 6th time is told. In 7th story, 8 times. In 8th story, 9 times are told. Like that. So Lavana Drishtanta is what? Salt. He was asked, no? Dissolve the salt. Stir it. Say, oh, leave it overnight. Then Achamanam you do from the top, from the middle, from the bottom. Lavanameva, Lavanameva, Lavanameva. Therefore, it was shown Brahman is Sarva Vyapakam, like a salt. But you cannot see salt. Can you see the salt? No. And salt is homogeneously present in the water. Not that upper is more, middle is less. No. Salt from any part of the container, you sip the water, it is salty. So Brahman is, salt is not seen, Brahman is not seen. Salt is pervading the water, Brahman is pervading the Jagat. Saltiness in the water is saman, equal. Brahman is pervasiveness, is equal. So this example, so Brahman is not visible. Pramanantara agamyam. Only Shastra Pramana. Why Veda Pramanam? Laukika Pramana agamyam. You cannot Laukika Pramana, you cannot see, smell, taste, touch, etc. But like salt, it cannot be seen, but merged only through taste you can understand. Similarly, only through Upanishad Pramana you can understand everything is Brahman. This is fifth story, fifth example. So how many times Tattvamasi Mahavakya was done? 1 plus 5, 6 times are over. Now sixth story, sixth example, Gandhara Purusha Drushtantaha. So a blind man, somebody was blinded, looted him, took him to Gandhara Desha, dropped him somewhere in the middle, tied him. He started shouting from all directions. Anybody is there? Somebody opened, untied him, and he asked, I belong to Gandhara Desha. I came from Gandhara Desha. I was lifted from Gandhara Desha. I have to go back to my place. So, what is that is told in the Shastra, in this story? That Guru Shastra Upadeshena Brahma Jnayate. Brahma Jnanam Sambhavati Kevalam Guru Upadeshena. So there, Gramam Gachati Gachan. He went from village to village inquiring, because only direction was shown, but he has to use his intellect also. So inquiring everywhere, confirming it, he reached back to his own village. Similarly, through Upadesha of a Guru alone, we can reach the Brahman, not otherwise. Right? Then, seventh example, Mumurshuhu Drushtantaha, the person on deathbed. Seventh example. In the seventh example, Tattvamasi was told. 7 plus 1, first time Upadesha. 8th time now, going on. So what is seventh? Martum Ichuhu Mumurshuhu. Example, what is that? That reveals that stages through which a jnani merges into Brahman. So stage by stage, the jiva merges into Brahman. How? First the mind merges into speech, like prana. Mind merges into prana, Prana merges into speech. Mind is Prithvi Tattvam. Prana is Jala Tattvam. Speech is Agni Tattvam. And Agni merges into Brahman. Similarly, this is also called as Videha Mukti Kramaha. How slowly this body is detached and you become one with Sat. So that unto which this dead man merges, Videha Mukti, after dropping the body, a man of realization merges back into that source. That source, the process of death is same for Ajnani and Ajnani was mentioned there. But in the case of Ajnani, he comes out again. In the case of Jnani, he doesn't come out. That is permanent merger. So this Drishtanta speaks about this example. So how many times, how many examples are given so far? 7. Because every time student says, I did not understand. Again explain. So far, first time Upadesha was done, then 7 examples we saw. So 1 plus 7, 8 times Upadesha was done. Okay? Last one, Taskara Drushtantaha. This Drishtanta is, somebody was caught red-handed, saying that you are a thief. He committed a theft. He was taken to a king, Taptam Parusham, Tapta Parusham. He was asked to touch a red parashu, axe or a iron rod, whatever it is, axe, you touch it. If you are burnt, you are a liar. If you are not burnt, you are speaking truth. Similarly, Tapta Parusha is what? Prapancham, world. Who is a liar? One who claims I am Jiva is a liar. So when as a Jiva you say I am a Jiva, since you are speaking lies, you come in contact with Jagat, you suffer. Aham Brahmasmi is the truth. When you speak truth, experience truth, because Satya Abhisandaha, one who is taken shelter under truth, covered by truth, he is not harmed. One who is covered by lies is harmed. So, one who holds on to Satyam, truthfulness, is not harmed, he is freed from samsara. So, this was told. Okay, who is the king there? Ishvaraha. So, litmus test is what? Litmus test is we are coming in contact with the world, mind is disturbed, kama vasana, krodha vasana, lobha vasana, moha vasana, mada vasana, matsarya vasana, all vasanas are rising and we are suffering by coming in contact with the world. And therefore, that indicates we are Jiva, we are liars because we are calling ourselves as Jiva, therefore duality exists. I touch the world, I come to experience the world, then I suffer the consequences of that experience. Okay? If I know Brahman, I speak the truth. Aham Brahmasmi, I touch the world as Brahman, there is no suffering. And afterwards, Kasmin, the Bhuya eva Bhagavan Vijñapayatu, he never said, student. Upanishad says, Vijagnav, meaning he understood. Who? The students Vedaketu understood, so he remained quiet. So this is the essence of this chapter called 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, called what? And Gandhara Desha example is oft quoted example by Shankaracharya in other Upanishads also. In other places also, he quoted this example, oft quoted, because it contains that we are lost in jungle, Guru Upadesha is required, we have to search back our path, we have to use our intelligence apart from the guidance. All those things will come under that story. So thus, we have completed 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Today we saw small gist of it, what it contains. So tomorrow, we will enter into 7th chapter. 7th chapter is called Bhauma Vidya. Bhauma. That tomorrow we will see. Kya jaldi kya hai abhi? So, that Vidya we see. Bhuma. Bhuma is Paramatma only. Brahman is called as Bhuma. That is a conversation between Naradji and Sanat Kumara. That we will see tomorrow. We will start tomorrow, 7th chapter. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.